What's going on, guys? Back at it again, but this time with a brand new series here on the channel. As I do with Minerva in Fallout 76, I'm going to be starting a new series here for ESO and the Golden Vendor. If you guys didn't know, the Golden Vendor comes every single week here in Cyrodiil, where she gives down some rare items and some item sets, specifically in the department of dungeon helms and even some shoulder pieces at times. So I'm very curious to find out what she has in her inventory. If you're excited for this video and want to know exactly what she has in her inventory, or if you're just excited for this series in general, do me a huge favor, drop a like on this video. Also subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, because it really does help this channel grow. So with that being said, let's check out what she has for sale in her inventory. Alright guys, so starting off, as you can see right here, is the automatons ring. The item sets is basically the two pieces. It adds 657 critical chance. The 3 is 1096 max stam. 129 weapon and spell damage for the 4 piece, and for the 5th piece is 400 weapon and spell damage for physical and bleed damage abilities. So that's potential. If you have a build that's centered around bleed abilities, I think this would be pretty useful, to say the least. Is it meta? Probably not, but still, it's pretty cool to say the least. The Maul of Inferno, this is a pretty cool item set. A lot of Magsorks use it, mainly because of the whole I guess they call it Jeff or something, but I'll get to that in a second. The one piece for this adds 1058 maximum magicka. The 2 piece, when you deal damage with a light or heavy attack, you have a 33% chance to summon a fire-breathing Daedroth for 15 seconds. This Daedroth's attacks deal 1,473 flame damage every 2 seconds. Again, as I said before, since it's kind of thematic in nature, a lot of Magsorks like to use it because it summons a Daedroth where it basically just breathes fire. It's a pretty powerful set as well, so pretty good item if I'm being completely honest. I actually use it on my Magsork, so there's that. I don't play meta, so take that with a grain of salt, but obviously those helmets are there for those who are interested. And the next item set is actually Shadowrens. The one piece item is 124 magic of recovery, and the 2 item set is when you take damage, you summon a Shadowy Clanfear for 15 seconds. The Clanfear attacks deal 1,528 magic damage and apply minor maim, reducing the target's damage done by 5% for 2 seconds. I've never personally used this, but it kind of feels to me like this would be more of a tank set or a light tank set, since it does damage reduction because of the minor maim. And if you guys didn't know, so does Pierce Armor, right? So it should be pretty, or not Pierce Armor, Destructive Clench, excuse me. But yeah, it seems like it's a pretty good item set. I don't personally use this and never have used it, so take that with a grain of salt. So there's that. It's also pretty thematic too, so I can see a lot of like maybe Sork tanks probably using this. Spell Power Cure. This is a really good ring, or just period set to have if you're a healer. The 2 piece is adds 1096 maximum magicka, 1096 maximum magicka for the 3 piece. For the 4th piece, adds 129 weapon and spell damage, and for the 5th piece, when you overheal yourself or an ally, you give the target major courage for 5 seconds, which increases their weapon and spell damage by 430. So right off the bat, this, as I said before, this item is really powerful. It's a really good ring, or just set to begin with. If you're rocking a 5-piece Spell Power Cure on your healer, I think you are pretty well well off. This is probably one of the best healing sets in the game. Short, of course, from trial sets, but even then, I think this competes very well against those sets as well. So I think Spell Power Cure is a must grab if you don't already have it. Swamp Raider. Swamp Raider is another pretty decent set. Is it meta? No, but it's fun to use regardless. So Swamp Raider's 2-piece items adds 657 critical chance. 3 item set adds 1096 maximum stamina. And the 4th piece is 129 weapon and spell damage, and for the 5th piece, adds 600 weapon and spell damage to your poison and disease damage abilities. So this, right off the bat, would be pretty decent for Dragon Knights because they have some, you know, some for stamina Dragon Knights, of course, because they have you know, skills that does poison damage, so that would be pretty good to say the least. It's also pretty decent to rock it with skills that are with a bow, for example, since the bow has some poison morphs to some of their the skills. So this is a pretty decent item set to have if you guys are actually doing a thematic or just a plain and simple poison themed item. I personally like to use this on one of my tunes, so I recommend it. I think it's a pretty decent set. So there's that. Then for the final piece here is Vanessas Ring. For the 2-piece, it's 1096 maximum magicka. 3-piece adds 129 maximum recovery or maximum magicka. For the 4th piece is 1096 maximum magicka. Excuse me, I'm getting all tangled up here. For the 5-piece, there's actually 2 things for the 5-piece. It adds 129 maximum, 129 weapon and spell damage, and after completing a fully charged heavy attack, you gain major mending for 5 seconds, increasing your healing done by 16%. This duration is increased with each rank of the restoration staff passive of Essence Drain when using a restoration staff. This seems not spectacular. I could be incorrect on that. Let me know down in the comment section down below if I'm wrong. But if I'm being completely honest, I've never used it, and I don't really have an interest in using this, even on my healers. So take that with a grain of salt. Somebody who doesn't play meta anyways. So yeah, as I said, take that with a grain of salt. Personally speaking, I don't know if I would ever use this unless I'm doing 100% an RP build. So there's that. So there you guys have it, guys. Personally speaking, I will probably just be picking up Spell Power Cure and maybe even Swamp Raider if I'm being completely honest, only because those 2 items are actually kind of useful in my eyes. As far as the monster sets that she has in her inventory, I would probably pick up the Maw of Inferno. But the Clan of Fear one, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know enough about it to merit it a buy or not, but either way, I've done those veteran dungeons so many times, I've already got all the items, and there's that. So if you guys enjoyed this video though, do me a huge favor, drop a like on this video. Also subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, because it really does help this channel grow. So with that being said, catch you guys on the next one. Deuces.